is Julie McPeak really working for? She's Tennessee's Commerce and Insurance Commissioner, and she has the #2 job with an insurance industry funded association. Consumer investigator Jennifer Krause tells us why some call that a conflict of interest.
Some say Tennessee's Commerce and Insurance Commissioner spends way too much time away from her office, working with other state regulators and insurance industry representatives.
Tennesseans have a right to be concerned.
Our investigation, in fact, has found that since taking the state commissioner's job in 2011, Julie McPeak has traveled across the country and around the world, attending more than 120 conferences and meetings on insurance issues.
That absolutely is serving the taxpayers of Tennessee and our Tennessee consumers.
I think what happens as a result of these trips is less consumer protection, not more.
Bob Hunter is a former state insurance commissioner himself from Texas. He's now a consumer advocate with the National Consumer Federation of America based in Washington. And to understand his concerns, first you need to know who's sending McPeak on these all-expense-paid trips. The National Association of Insurance Commissioners sets the rules and standards for regulation of the insurance industry in the U.S.
I'm a member of the NAIC, as is every chief insurance regulator in the United States.
McPeak is not just a member of the group, she's now their president-elect. And when she travels, the NAIC pays for her airfare, hotels, and meals. But who is really paying? Well, the association gets most of its $99 million a year in revenue from the insurance industry through licensing and other fees.
At least on one or two occasions, the industry has balked at paying those fees when the NAIC was doing things they didn't like.
The NAIC frequently sends McPeak and other commissioners to Washington to meet with members of Congress.
And we may need to order increases above those rates.
And even appear before congressional committees.
And my leadership role at the NAIC puts me in the room with those discussions. It has allowed me to testify before Congress on a number of occasions.
But Hunter maintains the NAIC and its members do not push anything the insurance companies do not agree with.
You see the position taken by the NAIC, and it basically tracks what the industry's been saying.
Hunter says what you see going on, in effect, is essentially state regulators lobbying for the insurance industry.
No, I don't lobby at all. I am really the factual resource for anyone interested in legislation.
Although critics say that NAIC doesn't do anything that the insurance industry doesn't already sign off on.
I would challenge those critics to attend some of the meetings and see some of the pushback from consumer representatives and other interested parties.
But Hunter has been to many of those meetings as a commissioner and as a consumer representative.
Yeah, it's very hard for a consumer group or a group of consumers to try to move something at the NAIC. It's almost impossible.
Hunter says it's not hard to see just how cozy the relationship is between regulators and the insurance industry at NAIC conferences, where industry types not only meet but mingle with state commissioners.
If you go to hospitality suites run by insurance companies, you see a lot of insurance regulators in there drinking with the industry. If you go out to the fanciest restaurants, you see insurance commissioners being wined and dined by the industry. It's concerning.
Do you not see a problem, though, with taking all of this travel, having them pay for so much of your travel?
My involvement in the NAIC and participation in these trips and congressional testimony really put me on the forefront of knowing the issues that are going to be discussed and ideas that are being put forward to solve some of the issues with Obamacare.
She's doing what the insurance industry wants and not what Tennesseans want.
Andy Spears, executive director of the consumer advocacy group Tennessee Citizen Action, questions who McPeak is really working for.
I mean, the track record seems to be pretty clear, and when you have the president-elect of the NAIC approving the largest rate increase in the country for health insurance, it seems like the industry is getting exactly what they want from Julie McPeak.
Now, Leslie Newman was the previous insurance commissioner serving under Governor Bredesen, and in comparison, Newman says she only took a handful of out-of-state trips to NAIC meetings. She told me Governor Bredesen made it clear that he wanted his commissioners to stay in Tennessee.